What's going on, guys? This is Ricky Goodman. I'm going to describe the specific structures, movement patterns, muscles, and common injuries of the elbow joint. I'm also going to identify the triceps, biceps, brachialis, brachioradialis, and anconeus. I'm also going to demonstrate flexion, extension, supination, and pronation of these muscles. So I'm going to start off about the elbow. The elbow joint is a complex hinge joint formed between the distal end of the humerus in the upper arm and the proximal ends of the ulna and radius in the forearm. The elbow allows for the flexion and extension of the forearm relative to the upper arm, as well as rotation of the forearm and wrist. The synovial joint is capable of flexion and extension. Injuries to the joint, which would be sprains that stretch or tear the ligaments, pulled ruptures, such as your biceps or triceps, in your upper arm, broken bones, fractures of the upper arm bone, of the humerus, or the forearm bones, which would be the ulna or radius at the elbow joint, are pretty common. So I'm gonna go over some illustrations here to break down some of these muscles. So right here, this part right here is the anconeus. Some consider the anconeus to be a continuation of the triceps brachii muscle. Some sources consider it to be part of the posterior compartment of the arm. It assists in extension of the elbow, where the triceps brachii is the principal agonist and supports the elbow in full extension. The tricep, which would be over here, this is a large muscle on the back of the upper limb of many vertebrae. It is the muscle principally responsible for extension of the elbow joint. So right over here, this is where the triceps are. All right, so we're going to transition over to the brachioradialis, which is right here, also known as the Venki's muscle. It's a muscle of the forearm that flexes the forearm at the elbow. It's also capable of pronation and supination. So pronation of the brachioradialis would be here, and supination would be here. When the forearm is pronated, the brachioradialis tends to supinate as it flexes. In a supinated position, it tends to pronate as it flexes. This also assists the biceps brachii. So the biceps brachii would be right over here. So the muscle in the biceps is a muscle in the upper arm with two heads called the short head and the long head, which converge into a single mass. Both heads of the bicep arise from the scapula, which is the shoulder, and the muscle attaches to the radius bone in the forearm. Both heads join on the middle of the humerus to form a single muscle mass, usually near the insertion of the deltoid to form. We're going to transition over to the brachialis. So the brachialis illustration's right here. So the brachialis, or the brachialis anticus, is a muscle in the upper arm that flexes the elbow joint. It's a muscle in the upper arm that flexes the elbow joint. Unlike the biceps, the brachialis does not insert on the radius and does not participate in pronation and supination of the forearm. So we have everything covered here. So thank you for watching. Have a good day.